Hello, and welcome to Pod of the Week, a place where I get to share my thoughts on pods I think you need to know about. Happy Africa Podcast Day. Yes, the 12th of Feb is Africa Podcast Day, the one day in the year where we get to encourage you to listen to stories from the African continent and just celebrate the podcast that is coming from this continent. In honor of that special occasion, I want to invite you to listen to a very special podcast that's close to my heart. It's called the African Whisperer Podcast. Now, this is a biased review based on the fact that I'm part of the production team of this amazing gem, so take that with a pinch of salt, but this is an amazing podcast anyway. This is a beautiful conversational style podcast in which Lee Kasumba, the award-winning host, has the uncanny gift and ability to ask questions that paints a beautiful story, inviting the listeners and inserting them straight into the story of the dynamic guests. You get to hear stories about how these African giants rose to success after facing immense adversity. Now, season 2 is currently in production, but you have the privilege of catching up by listening to the entire season 1 and then moving on to the first few episodes of season 2. The podcast comes in both audio format as well as video format, so you'll find them on all your podcast platforms as well as YouTube for those visual people like myself. So remember, podcasts are not for some, they are for everyone.